Kaizer Chiefs former player Lifa Gqosha has given a damning assessment of the management, and we'll talk about the 4 things that he actually said because I kind of agree with them. Hello and welcome to Khosi Nation Fan TV. I am Pelo, I am your host. This is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs, Khosi Football Club. And the first thing that Lifa Gqosha said was that when you are in a building phase, you need to collect points. Yes? And then he says you cannot separate everyone. But I think the management needs to sit down and talk about what it is they want to achieve. You know, that thing is very key. It seems like it's just something that is obvious, right? But imagine you have Jessica Mtaung, you have Kaizer Mtaung Jr., and you have Bobby Mtaung. Beginning of the season, we were promised by Jessica Mtaung women's football. We are building towards that. We want to bring our women's team. Where is it? Igupi. Because now it's possible that is just her side of things, because we know she's passionate about women's football. She's even engaged in Dabenza Careful in Dabaza women's football. But the question is Upobi and Kaizer Mtaung Jr. agreeing? Do they agree with the same vision? Because if one person is saying this but then the team doesn't do that, that basically tells me as a football fan, as a Kaizer Chiefs fan, basically what Jessica is saying might not be supported by the other guys. Because if you're gonna come out and say you're gonna do something and not do it, then it tells me you're either lying to me or you are just saying something that you wish would happen but you don't have the support of other people. You have Kaizer Mtaung Jr. who probably wants to dominate Africa, but you have Bobby Mtaung who just probably wants to be the best team in South African domestic football. Now you have 3 different visions that are not the same, because you can say, oh, we want the team to succeed, but success is also relative, because someone else is success here. Marumo Gallants could be playing in the CAF Confederations Cup, but the success here Chiefs is a completely different thing. And even within the success here Chiefs, there are different levels. Winning a cup this season means success for Chiefs in the past 8 years, but winning a cup this season and also winning 2 more next season, now that means progressive success. But if you're just going to say, no, we want what's best for the team, that's not a clear goal. And I get what he's saying, Guti. They need to sit down and really say, this is what we want, and we are going to make sure, Guti, we do it properly, and not this thing, Guti, we are all over. Now, moving to the next thing is that he's saying that money does not equals to results. And I will read the comment. He says, nowadays you have to understand that you don't just pay players good money and hope for better results. And we touched on this last night on the live stream. Chiefs will get a player on a free contract, right, on a free transfer, but then they'll pay him a lot of money because he was good in his prime. But the problem with that is that you sign that player, you pay him a lot of money, and then it doesn't give you results. Case in point, right now we have a problem with Upiliat is injured and is rumored to be earning around aboma 800k. We have Ukune is a different situation. He climbed his ladder, so Ukune does not count in this case. But you have Upiliat who's earning, according to our rumors, 800k, and he's paid good money, but he's not been producing results in a level that we've been expecting from him. And because of that, you now have a situation where you end up having to sell Uplom because you can't give him a better contract, because you're insisting that he doesn't deserve a contract, although he's performing better than the player that is getting more money than him. So you get Uguti where this thing is at. Uguti, this player you are attaching Uguti, he's a big player, so he deserves this big salary, but then his performance is not matching the salary that he's getting. And then you have players who are regarded as small players who should be earning more money because they are performing more than what they earn, and then you're not giving them that money. So it's like we think we can just keep on throwing money into the problems, or salaries into the problems, and that's actually not the solution, because you just don't pay players money and think they will perform. They perform because they are good, and then you pay money to reward their performance. If you are enjoying this video, by the way, please do like the video. It helps me to reach more people like you. Well, number 3 is he talks about Uguti they must have one voice. Now this is different from the first point that I said, Uguti they must have a clear goal. Now he's talking about one voice, and he says the way the things are happening right now, you can see that the management are not talking in one voice. And by one voice, what does it mean? It's not just in terms of clear goal, Uguti, what do we want to achieve as a team, but it's also Uguti, okay, what is the team trying to do at this moment? Not achieve, do, right? Because kunezinto that you do that fit into your main goal. Because if I say I want to be fit, that's my goal, that's what I want to do. But in the meantime, what should I do? Should I go to the gym and do cardio, or should I go to the gym and actually pump up my weights? Because on one hand you have Uzwane saying, hey, let's do cardio. On the other hand you have Upobi saying, oh no, let's lift up our weights. Okay, let me make a practical example. Uzwane in January clearly said they were done signing, right? But then Upobi comes out on his birthday party or whatever the party that was, and then he says, no, we're still going to sign one more player. And then he goes ahead, he ends up trying to sign a player, but then the move does not materialize. So now there's already a clash, and that thing is already making Uzwane look like a foolish person, because people are saying Uzwane who's saying we're fine, Uzwane who's saying we're fine. But Uzwane is told already ukuthi malayiko kuma boardroom meetings, and then he comes out and he represents the club and he says imalayiko. But then Upobi comes out again and says no, imali khona, and we're going to sign someone. But then he ends up not signing that person. So in that, there's already a reflection yoguti. It's not one voice. They're not saying the same thing. They're saying two different things. And at the end of the day, as fans, we end up having to pick uguti. Who do we actually listen to? Do we listen to the statements that are said by Upobi Mtaung, or do we listen to the stuff that is said by Jessica Mtaung, or do we listen to Kaizer Mtaung Jr., or do we listen to Uzwane? Who do we actually listen to? You get me? So it's not one voice. It's saying different things. Uzwane is saying, we're still going to look for other options because he's not as mobile as we want him to be. And then Upimenyimana is actually proven the Uzwane statement Uguti he's actually not as mobile as Uzwane wants him to be. So now, once again, Uzwane had said he wasn't going to sign him, but then the management, I guess, said, no, you have to sign him because we cannot find another player that we're going to sign. Again, one voice, and it's affecting the goal that has been set, which could be different once again. The other thing that he says is that the team needs the right players, and obviously we know this. He's saying that the kind of personnel that you have in your team determines the type of football that you should play. Chiefs wants to play the kind of football that is dominant in the midfield, the kind of football that we control everything that we do. Players who are arrogant on the ball, players who have confidence, players who will do the things that will not only win you games, because you can just win games playing umakitas pegane, but we want to win the game in style and entertain the fans. That is why whenever Mtu gets the ball, fans start cheering, because they know he might just do a trick or two or dribble a man and then pass him, and then that's entertaining to them. But right now, if you look at our squad and actually think Uguti, which players fit that, you will not see Uguti how many of those players actually fit that style. And because of that, it makes sense what this club former player, because angifuna ukuthi legend, because yes, some refer to him as a legend, but I did not see him play, so ngithi legend. But according to Kickoff, he is a club legend. So I just want to hear what you guys think about this whole situation. Let me know down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you good live stream and on the other videos. And until next time, remember, equals alphelo moya.